The morning sun poured across the chrome trims of Maplewood Diner, turning the windows into sheets of gold. Normally the smell of syrup and warm pancakes filled the place with comfort. But today, no amount of sunlight could soften what was happening inside. At a booth by the window sat a young girl in a wheelchair, her plate of pancakes untouched, sitting like the only shield she had left. Her name was Clara. She carried the quiet bravery of someone who'd learned to live with pain. But even bravery has limits. The boys at the next booth didn't just stare. They didn't just laugh. They crossed a line no human heart should ever cross. One of them slapped her plate from her lap, sending breakfast crashing across the floor. Another shoved her wheelchair back just to hear her gasp. The diner froze. Forks stopped midair. Even the sizzling from the kitchen went silent. The boys kept laughing. Clara's hand shook. Her throat tightened. She blinked fast, trying to keep tears from falling. But humiliation burns deeper than any wound. If you believe cruelty should never win, that kindness is still stronger than hate, take a moment to like this video, comment, share it, and subscribe to Kindness Corner. Because together, we can remind the world what compassion looks like. Clara had spent her whole life navigating a world not built for her. Born with a spinal condition, she lived her days in a wheelchair. Her parents always told her spirit was meant to fly, even if her legs couldn't. But some days the world felt determined to clip her wings. The whispers, the pity, the stares. She had learned to swallow most of it. But what happened this morning sliced deeper than any stare ever could. The waitress froze in the aisle, fear flickering across her face. Other customers shifted uncomfortably, murmuring under their breath, but doing nothing. Clara slowly bent forward, awkwardly trying to gather her fallen pancakes. Her trembling fingers brushed the cold tiles, when suddenly a different hand reached down, steady, gentle, warm. An older man with gray at his temples set her plate back on the table. "Don't mind them," he whispered, though his nervous glance toward the boys said he minded very much. His kindness was a spark in a room swallowed by darkness. But even sparks can't erase humiliation. Clara's appetite vanished. Each new burst of laughter from the bullies stabbed deeper. She closed her eyes and prayed the moment would end, prayed for just one person to stand up. And then something began to shake the air. A low rumble, like engines, like thunder. The sound grew louder until even the bullies stopped talking. Through the big diner windows, dozens of motorcycles swung into the parking lot, chrome glittering under the bright morning sun, engines roaring like a storm arriving without warning. The Hells Angels insignia gleamed across their leather jackets. The same boys who mocked Clara shrank back instantly. Their confidence evaporated. When the diner door opened, the soft jingle of the bell couldn't hide the rising tension. The man who stepped in was massive, bearded, tattooed, eyes sharp as steel. Behind him came more bikers, filling the diner with a presence so powerful even the lights seemed to dim. Clara's heart pounded, not with fear, but with something strange, hope. The leader's name was Roar. He scanned the room once. His gaze swept over the bullies, then softened when it rested on Clara. He walked toward her, boots heavy on the tile, and knelt down without a word. For the first time that morning, Clara didn't feel invisible. She didn't feel small. She felt seen, protected. Roar finally turned toward the boys. They were shaking now, their faces pale. Every ounce of false courage evaporated. Roar didn't need to shout. He didn't need to threaten. A quiet, steady sentence was enough to drain the color from their cheeks. Whatever he said made their guilt explode across their faces. One by one, they slid out of the booth, stumbling toward the exit, eyes glued to the floor. Outside, the wall of motorcycles blocked their path like a fortress of metal and justice. Their humiliation was complete, but Roar wasn't finished. He called the waitress over, pulled out a thick bill, and told her to give Clara anything she wanted. Pancakes, milkshake, pie, all of it. Then, in a moment that silenced the entire diner, he removed his leather vest, his symbol as pride, and draped it gently over Clara's shoulders. "You're family now," he told her. Tears streamed down Clara's face, this time not from shame but from gratitude, from belonging, From the feeling that someone finally had chosen to stand with her, the entire diner erupted in soft applause. Some customers wiped tears. The waitress hugged her tightly and promised she'd never feel alone here again. Clara breathed deeply, feeling something she hadn't felt in a long time. Hope. She realized something powerful. Yes, cruelty exists. Yes, people can be heartless. But courage exists too. And sometimes the people the world fears at first end up being the ones who protect it the most. If this story touched your heart and reminded you that kindness can rise even in the darkest places, please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to Kindness Corner, and drop a comment below. Before you go, answer one question. What would you have done if you were in that diner that day? Your words might inspire someone else to choose courage when it matters most.